you guys doing today? So today I am going to be doing Lego. So if you guys can see, I have my little Venusaur over here. Um, and if you didn't get a chance to join me, I actually started building this one during the release of this Pokemon Lego build. Um, and I had to take a break because it is a massive one, right? So we essentially have our big old box right over here. And this one is number 683. Nope, that's the wrong one. This is number 72153. And as you can see, I've already built um Ivysaur over here. He is really hefty. Like, look at this. This is like the size of my torso. This is insane. But anyways, so this is Ivysaur. This was bags 1 through 27. And I have to say that I really love that you get to build a platform for Ivysaur here. It's really, I don't know. I think it's like really nice, especially because like some of the what I really like about this model in particular, this build, is that what you get to build, especially for Ivysaur and Blastoise, it's really their element, and I just think that's pretty cool. So anyways, we are going to dive into it. Ivysaur over here, because of my distractions and stuff, took me about 20 hours to build. I'm pretty sure if I would have done like closed session with it, it probably would have been less than that. I'm not sure. I always like to believe that I'm a little faster when I'm not on stream, but we don't know that for sure. And Bell fan for life, I know you're here. What time is the game today? I think I remember 3:30, right? I'm like so excited. Yesterday's Mexico game, that was actually really nice. Even though part of me really wanted to see Ecuador kind of like get through, but I guess next time. At least we have Mexico going in right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So anyways, this one in total is 6,000 and what pieces? 6,838 pieces. And this one is the first set that I own that it goes way above the count that they have special boxes for each part. Honestly, I have not had any Lego builds myself that has this, so this was definitely something new to me. I'm super excited because after this one, I might actually do my Lego Disney Castle that is retiring this year. Maybe I do that, I'm not sure. But anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And for this one, you know, it would be nice if I actually had like something to use to cut, which I usually do. Let's see here. What can I find? I'm gonna use a hairpin. I have scissors, you guys, but apparently we're gonna go ahead and use a hairpin because I was making jewelry the other day and my scissors are no longer where I thought I had left them because, of course, you know, why am I gonna put the stuff where it belongs? My own stuff where it belongs, right? That sounds boring. Oh, let's see here. But anyways, this built I was very lucky to get because I was actually not thinking of getting this one. I really had my eyes set on the Eevee, mostly because I have the Motion Mattel one for Eevee, and I really wanted to get the Lego one just to compare the two. And I got lucky to get this one because my husband actually got a chance to pre-order it when they announced it. Because you know those pre-orders kind of like went by real quick. But he pre-ordered it. Is there more tape over here? There is more tape over here. He pre-ordered it, and it was my anniversary gift. And so I have tried not to. Diego, welcome in, welcome in. I have tried to not ask for anything else because I know that this one was pretty massive. But no lie, it's kind of hard to do that, especially when you're a Lego level. And anybody who's... If you have built this one, let me know how long it took you, because me personally, well, let's just say, I know that I'm aiming for one thing, but it's probably not going to be like that because I get distracted easily. But let's get these bags in order. So we have bag number 49, 31. I know that we're going to start off with 28 on this one. So let's see here. We have 39, 39, 46, 34, 45, 33, 35, 32, 38, 44, 41, 36. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing today? We have 42, 42, 47, 47, 37, 29. We're gonna put that one there. This one's 48. We're gonna see how far we get. I know that I'm not gonna build everything today, but we're definitely gonna try to see how far along we get. We got number 30, 28, and 40, and 43. I got 41. Yeah, I did. Okay, and then we have our book. Look at this massive thing. So if you have joined me for my Lego builds before, you actually know, welcome in, that I normally do not use the book. I usually use the online, and I download it from online, and I build from online. But look at this. This is like gigantic. Look at that. But what I love about these, especially when they do their collabs, their gaming collabs, and like they've done it with Mario, they've done it with Pokemon, they've done it with a couple of different things. I'm excited to see. I have the Wicked bookends. I'm excited to see that when I open that up, if they do the same thing. But one of my favorite things about these collaborations is that they seriously get into the history of this character. So like, as you can see, we have like, and the Blastoise's profiles on here, Pokedex entries. And I don't know, I love how they put it in there. I know that when it came to Bowser, they actually put the history of Bowser in the games, and then they also did the history of Bowser in Lego itself. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see here, what happened? And I love when they do things like that. I really do enjoy that. Welcome in, Miami. How are you today? So anyways, this one, it looks like Blastoise itself is going to be bags number 28 through 49. Yeah, 38 through 49. So we're going to see how far we get today. I know that we're not going to get through the 40s, But we're gonna try our best to make it to 40, bag number 40 today. We're gonna put those away. And then we got 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. So we're gonna hold off on these. And we're first gonna see how far we get when we do 29 through 35. I think that sounds reasonable, right? 35. I still don't think I'm gonna get through all of those, if I'm being honest. But I guess that's a good start. Let's just say that. That's a good start. Alright, we're gonna lay out our bags right over here. And we're gonna get started. Alright, so we got bag 28. And I also have a question pinned up, which are some of the questions that I have come across whenever I'm like watching the anime. So if you actually know a little bit of history of my history with Pokemon, you know that most of it definitely has to do with the anime versus the games. The games, I didn't have the accessibility to play the games when I was younger, but when I was older, I played some of them, mostly like Pokemon Snap. Then from there, what else? I did play Pikachu. Let's go Eevee, actually. I think I did Eevee. I don't quite remember, I guess. Anyways, but as you know, as Pokemon fans do, we tend to start thinking to ourselves of different scenarios, right? So that's essentially what I went ahead and I did with some of my questions that I lined up for myself. Mostly because I love hypotheticals. I love coming up with like stories around certain things that I love to do and that type of stuff. So we're actually going to be exploring some of those questions that I have kind of like brought up upon myself. Dumb question: how do you connect phone to TV? That's a good question. Are you trying to cast? If you're trying to cast, you should be able. First of all, you have to be under the same Wi-Fi with your phone and with your TV. Oh, you mean like to watch? Yeah, you know how you normally cast? I think Twitch has that little button too that you could go ahead and cast as well. I'm not quite sure if I'm being honest with you. But I think I've casted before when I'm watching on Twitch. Right here, we're gonna have this underbelly come over here. And what is that? That's the other one. Alright. But I think that's how you would be able to watch. Aside from that, I know that most TVs, most smart TVs also have the actual app available for you to watch, and then you would just log in the regular way. It probably has a QR code that you could like log in using your phone, but that part I'm not quite sure. Let me know if you're able to connect. I'm curious. Alright, but my first question up right now is, which Pokemon would be helpful for you for your current specific career or hobby? So right now, my current career and career is kind of a little non-existent. However, hobby would definitely be building. Building, and what else? I love to do a lot of crafting. For that, I'm actually not sure. I don't know. But I will say that when it comes to my profession, I am a operations manager by trade. And I can tell you that I know definitely that if I had to choose a Pokemon to help me, like, you know, Growlithe with Jenny. feel like that got a little loud. But if we basically talk about some of the stuff that I currently do and who I would have on my team, um, as an operations manager, I would definitely, without a doubt, and this is already part of my team of 6, by the way, but I would definitely, without a doubt, have Chauncey there. I think Chansey is definitely one of the bigger players when it comes to assistance, and especially if I'm going to focus on being an operations manager, I feel that I have to have Chansey there. Definitely. I feel like I'm the only one that would definitely like have Chansey as part of my crew, if I'm being honest. If there's anybody out there that thinks that having Chansey part of their crew is definitely a must, you have to let me know. Because I feel that aside from Nurse Joy, I'm like the only one that definitely is like, Chansey, you're coming with me no matter what. I just, I feel like Chansey is such a protector because it has that kind of like mama feels, if I'm being honest with you. So therefore, she's going to try her best not to let you down. Like, I personally think that that's definitely one of those things that I'm like, no, Chansey's coming with me no matter where I go. But definitely that would be one. Aside from that, let's see, who else could we have part of this crew depending on your career? I feel that if I go back into the different careers that I have had in my life, operations manager definitely took up most of that timeline, and definitely Chansey would be number one. Aside from that, I was also in retail. Let's see, who would be good for retail? I don't know. Who would be good for retail? Let me think about this. I feel like maybe Frou Frou. Even though, quite honestly, I think it depends on how you raise it, I guess. If you raise it to be like, very if you raise Frou Frou to be very helpful and stuff, I guess you can have him be part of your crew and, help you out if you were working retail. I think that would be one. But I would actually say that one of my fave Pokemon is definitely Espeon. And I would probably say Espeon would be a good one to have if you were working in retail. Mostly because you could get a sense of, you know, um, get a sense of the customer and how they're feeling, and be able to kind of help them out a little bit more. Not only that, but like if you have one of those customers that are being very 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me make sure real quick. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have one of those customers that is being a little bit complicated, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I put it in the right spot, you guys. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out when this is halfway through. Yeah, let's do that. JC, welcome in, welcome in. How are you guys doing today? But for retail, I would probably say Espeon is actually a good one. Gardevoir. I actually didn't think about that. Gardevoir is also psychic. So I would probably say like having a type of psychic Pokemon be your buddy in the retail space definitely is a win. Mostly because it could help you diffuse a certain situation. When you work customer service, you sometimes have those people that are just not respectful. And yes, I'm saying this out loud because I feel that just as you as a person who's providing said service has to be respectful, I believe customers also have to be respectful on that end as well. And I feel that especially in this scenario that I have created in my head, if there is a Pokemon that would definitely help, not only in the stylistic manner, but also with being able to diffuse certain situations, I would definitely have to pick Gardevoir. I think Gardevoir is a very elegant Pokemon. And even Curlia, like as Curlia, I think she's like super cute and playful and stuff. So I feel that even as Curlia, um, definitely also helps out as well. But the psychic aspect of Curlia being there to be able to help definitely has its plus side. Let's see, how does it fit like this? Yeah, okay. Definitely has its upside because I feel that they would be able to help you diffuse certain situations and um, calm customers that might otherwise be very vocal of not being heard and such. But yeah. Okay, so I could not cast, but I was able to download to try to the TV so the kiddos can watch while I'm in the kitchen making food. Hi, kiddos. Are you logged in already? Let's see. Let's see. If you are in service industry, do not have Snorlax with you. Like, I think definitely Snorlax is not the way you want to go. Mostly because, one, when he wakes up, your food is gone. There goes table 6 and table 7. And then if he's in the kitchen with you, well, who knows? I think Munchlax would actually be not so bad in the kitchen. He could help cook. I feel, especially like playing Pocopia, I forgot his name. Squavit? No, it's not Squavit, is it? It's like the evolved form of Squavit. And that's if I'm saying it right. I don't even remember if I'm saying that name right. But I feel that um the chef in Pokemon Pocopia, like, I think it could have been Munchlax too. It actually would have been like very funny to be Munchlax, if I'm being honest, because you never know. Maybe he's going to go on a rampage of eating, but I think he has better ability to cook, unlike um, unlike his counterpart Snorlax. I think you'll actually be able to get him to be very productive in the kitchen. But let's see. Ditto. Ditto would be perfect for the kitchen if you were Ditto is definitely perfect for the kitchen. That would be one. Let's see. Who else? Who else? Ditto would be perfect for the kitchen. He could turn into anything and help you in any situation. Let me see. Who else? Who else? You have good? Yeah. Who else would be good in the kitchen? There we go. Okay. Who else would be good in the kitchen? I actually can't think of anybody else. I really want to see Munchlax in the kitchen, if I'm being honest with you guys. I think that would look really cute with his like little chef's tote and like an apron. I think that would be nice. I would see that. I can see that. I can see that happening. Anyways, over here, let's see here. We have to add the double 3. Then we're gonna go into this one right here. Let's see, who else? Let's see, what other careers can we think of right now? Financial. If you're in the financial like industry, who would be good? I would probably want to say Ponyta because he's a horse and he could count, but you know, I feel like that's kind of lacking inspiration. Let's see, a lawyer. I would probably put Snorlax in a tie and suit and take him to court. He'd be my buddy. Welcome in, Mateo. He would be my buddy. He'd be coming in and be like, yeah, and you know, I don't know. I think that would be one, definitely. All right, let's actually change this question because I think that's as far as I could go with that question, really. So let's see here. Let's see, what channel? So my next question is, if Pokemon were real, which cute Pokemon would actually be terrifying to see in person? I think overall, definitely most all Pokemon would definitely be terrifying to see because the ratio of how big these Pokemon actually are, I think there's no justice to it. Um, because I personally believe that we don't really pay attention to how tall these Pokemon actually are and how scary they could be no matter what. But if we are talking about um if we're talking about to see who would be the cutest, who would be the who would be the cutest? Definitely, I personally think Eevee is one of the cutest ones. Oh, there we go. It would be all bug Pokemon. I personally love Butterfree if we're gonna go like the OGs. I love Butterfree, but seeing a massive Butterfree that's wingspan spans this room, that is terrifying to me. I don't know how I would be able to muster the courage to have Butterfree by my side. Especially like, come on, when you watch the anime, you can see that Ash basically flies on Butterfree's back at some point or another. And that is terrifying to me because that is a very large Pokemon. That is a large Pokemon. And regardless, like, I personally don't know if I would be okay with that. Butterfree is nice and awesome, but like having those big buggy eyes look at me. Not only that, but Detox, right? I think that's how you say it. It's you have Vivian, who is also a butterfly Pokemon. And then you have, I think it's Vivian and Silcoon and Silcoon and what's the other one? But like, I feel that every single butterfly type, um, the butterfly types is definitely kind of scary to think of how they would be in real life, realistically speaking, because they're all really large. They're all really large in the cartoon, and I could only imagine that they're like pretty large itself, like in real life. Like their wingspan is gonna span at least this room. But if I could climb them and ride them into battle or whatever, I think it's actually bigger than this room. We got bag number 28. Yeah, I feel like they would be, it would be even bigger than that. We got bag number 28. Let's see, who else would be kind of like scary, terrifying in person? I love all the butterfly Pokemon, but realistically speaking, I feel that they are terrifying. They're probably the number one terrifying one to see in real person because you expect them to be super cute and lovable, and then it turns out that that's not the case. That's not the case. No. Let me see here. That's the wrong one. Because that's supposed to be this way. Yeah? Yeah. From there, what's gonna go here? 2 squares. That's what goes here. Let's see. We got 1. And we got 2 with this gray little piece. That's actually wrong. That's wrong because I forgot to add that piece. Yo, we made it to our first mistake. Yay! Okay, that's that piece. And then we're going to put this orange one back here. And this tan one right across the way over here. But definitely, welcome in, Cher. Definitely I have to say that if it's any Pokemon overall that would be kind of cute, but at the same time just like terrifying in real life, it would definitely be the butterfly Pokemon. Vivian, Detox. Detox would be scary. Like, I think his buggy eyes, like even though he's like, you know, not not too bad personality wise, I feel that just seeing him would terrify the heck out of me. I would be like, no. I wouldn't know how to react. I wouldn't know how to react if I'm being honest. Let me think. What else? Let's see here. We got, who else would be terrifying? I think Seal would be kind of terrifying, because I can imagine that he's gonna be a little bit of a massive sea lion, like realistically speaking. He's a sea lion and he's gonna be massive, and like if he gets like super jumpy and stuff, they're huge. They're really huge. Seadra. I think I would be more terrifying of knowing that I have a seahorse near me and then all of a sudden it evolves into Seadra. I think that's more terrifying to me than the latter. Than like actually seeing seahorse in front of me. Yeah, seahorse. Seahorsey. I feel like I'm getting confused on some of my names now. I should definitely watch Pokemon again soon. You know, I'm coming up on that time. I usually always watch like the whole series from beginning to end around this time of year when it gets close to my birthday. Like, that's my guilty pleasure. I go ahead and I watch that. Alright, here. This one's going to cover up the blue. And then we're going to have this little part right here. That's going to be the hinges with a yellow one coming over on top. And then this little yellow guy is going to go right on top of the one that we put. But yes, let's see. What other Pokemon would be kind of scary in real life? I think in real life, in reality, we can talk about the dog Pokemon, really. No, you know what? I am not a cat person. I wish I was a cat person because my husband's a cat person, but in reality, I am not a cat person, mostly because I had bad experience with a Sphinx. I was a nanny. I think maybe some of you have heard the story already, but I was a nanny and they had a Sphinx for a cat, and that cat was terrifying because it would keep an eye on me all the time, and he was a very playful guy, like playful Sphinx, but I didn't see it that way because he was terrifying. And he essentially would go to the middle of the stairway, stand there and just creepily like watch me. And when he would see that I wasn't paying attention, so like when kiddos would be asleep, I would be downstairs doing homework because I was going to school at the same time as this gig that I had as a nanny. And so when the kids were asleep, I would work on homework. And this freaking cat, welcome in, user. This freaking cat would watch me, okay? He would watch me and plan his attack so that when I was very into like whatever typing I was doing at the moment, all he would do would come over and like he would get on, he would jump from, he would creepily make it over to the bar because this was a townhome. So the staircase like was right here, the couch was right here, and right behind the couch was the counter, which was like a bar little situation going on. And he would just pounce. He would pounce on there, and out of nowhere, I would have this cat on my shoulder. Not even on my shoulder. He would be on the couch, but he would be like creepingly there, and he just wanted scratches, but realistically speaking, it was terrifying to me, so therefore I didn't like this cat. There's no other way but to put it that I did not like this cat. This cat was not nice. Let's see here. That is gonna go here, and I think it's gonna click. Gotta make sure that it stays together. Alright, then there's this cap we're gonna put over. They're mowing the lawn. Alright, and then we got the black cap right on top. Let's see here. Let's go here. This piece is gonna have his little home right over here. It looks like so, right on top. There we go. And then we got a red L coming in next to the yellow with another red L. Just one. Just one. I got overzealous. We got white coming on top. And then from there, we're going to start off with this blue piece. Flush to the gray. Flush to the gray all the way on top. Yes? Yes. Good job, Yoya. Then we got one. We got the L. Is that equal? Yeah. With this piece over here coming over. And then we got right there with yellow on the bottom. Welcome in, welcome in. We got Blastoise, second part of this Lego build. I built the first part. If you're just joining me, I built the first part, which is Ivysaur. I built it in about a couple of months ago, and then I had to like take a break because it was massive. I just realized something. There we go. It was massive. So therefore I was like, you know what? I just need a quick break from this one. I'll come back to it. The fun part about Lego and actually like, you know, this part of it is that I get to decide that. I am okay with taking my time. I don't need to rush through it. 6,000 pieces. I am not going to finish that in a day. So might as well like own it and be like, nope, that's not going to happen. Let's see here. This one's going to be a little square right there. Then we got this piece right over here. Boop. Then thanks. I was about to ask what build it was. That's why I like Venusaur right over here. But yeah, this is the Pokemon build. And that's why also like on my screen I have little Blastoise kind of like hanging out. I think it's over here on the side. Like up here on the top. If you're watching me on this camera right here, YouTube and Twitch, it's up here. For TikTok, you actually don't see this part. But it is it's this big old box. Let me show you. This box is like half the size of me. So like bringing it upstairs was kind of fun. Look at that. This is like, seriously, half of me. This is half of me. But this is build number 6. Nope, see, I did it again. It's 72153. 72513. Let's see here. feel like game is about to start, right? Am I wrong? Maybe not. But yeah, this one has 6,300? No, 6,838 pieces. It's insane. But I love it. Let's see. So here we got capping off. Nope. Wrong one. Ay, Dios mío. Okay, there we go. There. This one. And this one. Voila! Getting through those pretty quickly. I'm pretty impressed with myself right now. I should probably not say anything because then I'm gonna go ahead and like mess up. But I am kind of pretty impressed with myself that I've made it this far so quickly already. That goes to show you how small these bags are. Honestly. Okay. And we're off to bag number 30. Yay! Bag number 30. What? I missed the first bit. Ay, Dios mío. I thought the game was at 2:30. I guess I was wrong. Oh, that's because I was looking at the wrong game. Was I looking at the wrong game? Congo is no longer there? Oh, see, I got mixed up. I'm supposedly going to the live one, the live feed, but it's not showing me the right game. It's only showing me the results for England versus Republic of Congo. Okay, we got bag number 30. These are the moments I miss. I miss my tablet. Why? Oh, so that you can have the game going on. Don't you have your computer though? Or did they take over that too? Vanessa! Could I probably build Lego Blastoise off screen with lightning? What do you mean? Could you build it off screen? I think you can. Eevee. Oh, you meant Eevee. I think you could. You still haven't opened up Eevee yet? Girl, what are you waiting? Go and bring out Eevee as a reminder that you need to build it. These moments are what I miss my tablet. But that's why, like, do you not have your tablet right now? Like, what's going on? Alright, let's see here. I don't know how I feel about this one. Let's see. Would you let your Pokemon evolve? Oh, there we go. So here comes another question. Question incoming. Question incoming. I just realized that the other one on YouTube didn't like make the cut. Oh no, probably it did. I don't even know. So the question is, would you let your Pokemon evolve or would you keep them small and safe on Pokechow? And space. Yo, even a small Pokemon is pretty large in real life if you think about it. Like a Pichu in reality is probably the size of this box. Like, I know you guys can see this. You probably can't. Like, TikTok can't probably see this. But I would probably say that Pichu itself is like the size of this box. Let's see. I think I was asking your question on YouTube. Oh, got it. Let's see. screen like lightning. It was which. So I had two questions up so far. I have which Pokemon would be most. Okay, Vanessa, you answer this question, okay? Look at Pikachu. Pikachu is insane. Like I personally would keep, if it comes to Pikachu, well, Pikachu maybe I would have let evolve from Pichu and he could hang out. He could hang out. But like if you think Charmander, right? Like Charmander, one, I don't want to deal with your attitude, and second, you are gonna stay small. You're gonna stay petite. You're not gonna grow up and be Charizard and think that you're gonna be able to live in my house. Like that's not gonna happen. Let me think. Like even if you go for like if you love the bat Pokemon, okay? If you love the bat Pokemon, if you have a Golbat or a Noivern, yo, like I remember watching the anime, and when we have the Pokemon photographer, I forgot her name, but she has a Noivern. I'm all like, yo, you are lucky that you're basically nomadic and you're going from one place to another taking pictures, because if you had a home and you had that Noivern, I really don't know whether you would be surviving or not. But here's a question for you, Vanessa. Okay, which Pokemon? Because I know you missed this one. So, which Pokemon would be most helpful for you in your specific career or hobby? So, pick a hobby or pick your career, and who would that be? I personally vibe with Chansey. Believe it or not, Chansey is there for me. I need that moral support. Give me that egg for energy. Like I'm totally here for it. That's essentially where I'm going at with this one. I believe if the second question is the second question, if Pokemon were real, which cute Pokemon would actually be terrifying? Blastoise. You think Blastoise is cute? Pikachu? Yes, I can see Pikachu. Terrifying to see in real person. Okay, yeah. So if it's that question, then yes, it's definitely Pikachu. It would be up there because I think like if we talk about, if we're saying that Pichu is the size of this box, I would probably say Pikachu is like, well, like up to my waist. Imagine walking around with like that around you. Not only that, but like also think about, okay, um but he would be very helpful too, so I don't know how I feel about that. I think he's still pretty cute. Imagine Pika Pika coming up to you. I think it's still okay. Blastoise, like as a matter of fact, right now, I think he's very effective, but I don't necessarily think he's cute. Squirtle is kind of cute. I wouldn't want to get him mad because then he's gonna do like that spinning move he does with his shell when he goes in his shell and he like spins. I can't think of names right now. Bear with me, you guys. But as far as like cute goes, who did I say? I already forgot who I said. Butterfree. Like all bug Pokemon. Okay? I would say Pikachu or Eevee on that question. But see, I don't think, like I personally think Eevee's super cute, and I don't think he would be terrifying if it were for real for real. Does that make sense? But like, say for example, Butterfree. I freaking love Butterfree. But then when I really recall the whole fact that they're like, just kind of hanging out, and sometimes Ash is able to like climb on his back and then they fly off. Like to me personally, I'm like that wingspan is like this entire room, if not more. And now I'm terrified of this Pokemon. But like Pikachu, I guess if it's let's face it, all Pokemon, if we really think of the reality of possibly having Pokemon in real life, all Pokemon are terrifying. Like there's no doubt in that. Realistically speaking, I'm just saying. But anyways, as far as this one goes, let's take a look here. There's this new question. All right, this question is: would you use? Nope, that's the wrong one. Let's see. Would you let your Pokemon evolve, or would you keep them small to save Pokechow and space? If we're talking about Pikachu and Eevee, yeah, you're saying small. Raichu is not that bad though. Raichu, I would let Raichu evolve. Like, I would let Pikachu evolve to Raichu. I think he's still small enough that I don't have to worry. When it comes to Eevee, I think it depends on the evolution. I wouldn't mind having my Espeon just kind of like hang out with me. Like that one can evolve. That one can evolve. But like if we're talking about Vaporeon, I feel like I don't have a big enough like tub for them. And imagine living in a apartment with a Vaporeon. Like if you only have a shower, forget about it. Like that poor Vaporeon is not happy at all. Like he's not happy. You're not gonna make it happy. I seriously thought my game was going on. But there's just resumen tras resumen. Alright. So here we got this. Nope, that one's gonna be underneath. We actually have to put one of these first. But yeah, I would probably say if I had an Eevee, you could evolve into Espeon, but I don't think it's a good idea for you to evolve into Flareon. Vaporeon, you're gonna be sad if I'm in an apartment. I don't know if it's worth you evolving. Let's see, who else? Espeon, you could do Sylveon. I think Sylveon would be okay. You would definitely end up going to the park more often. Sylveon can hang out with me. Yeah, I think so too. I think Sylveon would be fine. Like you could evolve to Sylveon. Let's see here. What would be another one? Flareon? Oh no, thank you. Like I think you would be hot tempered. Any fire Pokemon in real life kind of scare me if I'm being honest. Like even thinking about Charmander and be like, okay, you cannot evolve to like Charmeleon or like Charizard. You got to stay Charmander. Like that still terrifies me because I'm like, okay, you could start a fire with just your little tail. And I gotta keep an eye on your tail because, we want to make sure that you're good. But I don't know how I feel about this. Like, in all reality, like, what if you're pissed off at me and then you're running after me and then your tail touches the wrong spot? Like, that sounds kind of bad. But so Flareon, I personally wouldn't like evolve to Flareon. Let me see here. From there, who do we got? Why can't I think of my evolutions? Uh, Umbreon. Umbreon can chill. I think Umbreon can chill. If Sylveon and Espeon can chill, I think Umbreon can chill. Leafeon can chill too, I think. I would probably say that Leafeon is okay. Let me see. Who are part of my Pokemon? Like who would I like normally have? I would have a Ninetales. I love Ninetales, but I love both. Kanto region and Alolan region. But if I really could have any, I would definitely go with Alola. And I think she could chill. It's icy, but like if I had I'm telling you, if I had a fire type, Kanto Ninetales, I don't think I would be okay. If I have a Pikachu that evolves into Raichu, be prepared for a blackout in the house. My question is, you're prepared for the blackout by having Raichu there, or your Raichu's the one causing this issue? Either way, though, either way it works. Okay, this one's gonna click, click. Okay, Raichu. Raichu wouldn't be so bad to have, like, as a buddy. Like, come with me, Raichu. You're prepared. Make sure all your appliances are electric, though. Vanessa. Let me see. Who else? We got Chansey. Chansey can chill. The only thing is with Chansey, like, she's Chansey. No, that's I'm thinking of Clefairy, right? Cleffa is Clefairy. So Chansey would become Blissey. I don't think I would let her evolve. Raichu is causing the issue. Well, at least your neighbors know who to blame. Let's just put it that way. They'll be like, Vanessa, you're right, you did it again. But then when it's a blackout caused by something else, like, you know, they'll be the first one knocking. Hey, can Raichu come over? We lost power. Or can we come over? Let me see here. I love Chansey, but I don't think I would want to evolve it to a Blitzy. Like Blissey. Let's see, who usually I usually have an Eevee or a Espeon on my team. We already gone over that. They could chill. They could evolve. Eevee can evolve because we can handle that. Let me see. A Lapras. Lapras don't evolve, right? They just get bigger. So I think I'm kind of stuck with the Lapras at the size that it's at. Like, that's not getting bigger, that's not getting smaller. Like, that's just gonna stay. Let me see here. What's after that? See, I would love to have a Butterfree, but they terrify me when they get, like, when I really think of that wingspan. Like, look at this, okay? If this is the flowers, if you look at these flowers, okay? If you look at these flowers, this we could say it's a tulip. If you have seen a tulip in real life, they're pretty big. They could grow as tall as this box, and it's like probably like this big. Okay, so if this is by scale, like think of how big this Butterfree is. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to deal with that. I think it's a little too much to have like a Butterfree right there. Like he would terrify me. But then at the same time, I wouldn't want him staying as a Caterpie. Like, I don't think I would want to have Caterpie in real life. Like, that's definitely one of those of, I think you're cute, but you would be terrifying in real life. The only Pokemon I wouldn't let in my house is Jigglypuff. You know, even if you're having trouble sleeping, I have tulips in my yard. Okay, so look at how he's flying over those tulips. Like, look at how massive he is when you really think about it. Like, I love Butterfree, but like, you know, Caterpie is probably the size of like Pikachu. I actually don't know if it's the size of Pikachu. I feel like I should have a Pokedex open when I have these conversations about Pokemon. Let's see here. Right there. Then we're gonna have the yellow. Aw, we lost a nail. Aw. I've been like putting these nails to the test, you guys. Like, we lost a nail. Let's see. My name means butterfly. Aw, it does? Oh, that's nice. What's the origin? Like, what's the language origin? Look at that. Look at that. We finally said bye-bye to a nail. And on stream. I guess I just have to get new ones now. I have some waiting. I haven't really done my nails in such a long time because I haven't wanted to go to the salon. And then I was like, you know what? I could do my nails at home. I used to do my nails a lot. And then I stopped the moment that I could afford going to the salon. And then that got expensive again. And so I was like, I should do my nails at home. I used to have a whole kit and I could do my own nails. And then I stopped doing that. And I was like, you know what? I normally don't do fake nails. Mostly because my nails naturally grow long. Like, I just filed this down about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks, to be able to like have it go down, and then like that I could have nails. And I could already see like a little bit like going through. So yeah, I'm not shocked at all that they're done. The only thing is now I'm like, okay, should I just wait for all of them to come off, or should I take them off myself? We're gonna find out. Alright, this one's gonna go right in here. But come on now, like doing Lego and with nails, I really thought it was gonna last like a long time. We knew that wasn't gonna happen. I'm shocked they have lasted this long. Alright, are we let's finish off this, and then I'm gonna add another question. We'll do another question. Let's see. This one, we got, is it this one? It's gonna be the 12. So it's this one right here. And we're gonna add a square. Gonna have this one right here with a square. Step in. Right there. This is gonna come over here. And look! We got a whole border. We got a border! Yay! Aw, Vanessa. I like that your name means butterfly. This is gonna be above, I believe. Right here. With 1, 2, 3. Where's the 3? 3 over here. Click on there. And we're gonna add a 2 at the bottom here with this blue one coming across. It's gonna be hanging over. Yo. And then this side over here, we're gonna have, I guess we should start on this side down here. We're gonna have this corner piece. Then we got this one. Gonna add it right here. Gonna add a second one right next to it. No, not next to it. We're not gonna add it next to it. We're gonna add it next to it, but on the other side. Linear. With a 4 coming over here. Right there. Then we got this 3. And the 3 is gonna come down here. With a corner pie piece. Yo! Corner pie piece. Then we're gonna have 1 space. Oh no. 2 space technically. 2 space? I feel like that's gonna be wrong. Let's see. Give me 1 second, you guys. I need to see how exactly. Alright, good. So this piece right there with a 4 coming over and covering this side. Right there. And 2 of these. We got 1 and 2. With another one of these. Creating an arrow once again. This piece right here is going to come over to this side with a corner pie piece coming over. And it's going to be right here with corner piece over here. I think today's going to be the day that all these nails come down. I can already feel this one being a little bit loose over here. So I can feel it. I can feel it. I think we're gonna see this today. I think this is the end of these nails. Alright. Here, I'm missing something. Oh, it has to be this one. Why do I have an extra black one? That's not good. 1 and 2. I have an extra black piece over here, and I feel like that shouldn't be there. What did I miss? I missed something. But I don't know, because it looks good. It looks like for the most part I got everything. Oh well, we're gonna assume that I got every single piece and that now I have an extra 2x4 in black. Alright, we're making a lot of progress today, you guys. Usually it takes me a while to get through at least one bag. Not today. Not today. Alright, let's see here. Here's our next question. You guys ready? Posting it up, posting it up. If you're just joining me today, I am building the Blastoise part of the Venusaur Blastoise Charizard build. This is 6,838 pieces. I know that Ivysaur took me about 20 hours to build overall. It took me 4 sessions and approximately 4 to 5 hours each of those sessions. And while I'm building, I'm asking questions that I sometimes ask myself about Pokemon. Because I love the universe so much that I'm like, you know what? What if Pokemon were real? And so we have already answered 3 questions. And now we're going on to bag number 31. And we're answering the following question. Would you use a flying type Pokemon for travel, or would you fear the heights, wind, make you sick to the ground? Would make you stick to the ground, not sick to the ground. I personally would think that it would make me sick the first time that I would ride one. But I don't know. I think it depends on the Pokemon. Sometimes in the anime, I see that Ash rides Charizard. But in my mind, I'm all like, yo, wouldn't it be kind of like not safe for Charizard to fly? Because, like, if his flame goes out, like, that's it, right? So what if there was like a bad wind that catches whiff of like his flame? Like, I would be terrified that I'm putting him to danger. I'm just saying. That would be definitely something on my mind. However, in all reality, I think I would actually be okay with riding this flying Pokemon. Now, who? I'm not sure, because I know that we can go into what? I think it's Sinnoh. I think it's the Sinnoh region, or Unova. Maybe it's Unova region. I don't remember. But you have in the anime where that Pokemon photographer essentially flies on Noivern. Like, you know, we have a couple of different instances. You have Noivern. You have Charizard. You have Dragonite. I would be okay riding on Dragonite. I think that would be okay. Let's see. Charizard, I would be afraid for his life. Like, I personally would feel that one wind is gonna like take him away from me. Let's just be like honest here. Butterfree. I have seen Ash ride Butterfree, And let me tell you, I am down for it, but at the same time I'm terrified. Like I think I'm just afraid of the size of that Pokemon in real life. But as far as like riding this Pokemon, I think I would be okay with it. Let's see here. I think I would be okay with riding Butterfree. Vivian too. Dustox as well. You know? What other flying Pokemon are there? I know there's several, but I can't think. Did I get it? There we go. But let me see. Clearly I can't think. I would probably say Geodude would be technically a flying Pokemon. I don't know how high he could fly, or if he's just floating. Is he flying? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's flying. But now I'm curious to know. Let's see here. This one. Nope. Oh, they're all four of them are the same one. And here I am adding the wrong one. Alright, we gotta do that part again. Right? Let's see. That's because I put it in the wrong section. So either way, I would have to remove and move. I am so confused. I thought I was on time to watch this game, and clearly I am not. Okay, so this one is going to come over here, and it's not going to have on anything. This one is going to be a single. This is going to be a tall, and this is going to be a single. I should probably really notice how to do these because I'm going to do 4 of these. Okay, then from there we're going to have this one come over here. Then we have one of the larger ones, and that one's going to cover this part. Then that one is going to be just a side by side, and then the other one's going to be a cover again. Okay, that's pretty simple. I think I overcomplicated it by putting it in the wrong spot, but that is simple. And then we got these 2 covers that are going to come, one on this side and one on the other side. Look at that. We're starting our wave. Yo, we're starting our wave. Okay. Other flying Pokemon. Dragon types are all flying Pokemon. I think they'd be okay. Let's see. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to go 1, 2. I'm telling you, nail number 2 is going to come down right now. 3. Then we got this one, which is going to come right next to it. That's 1, 2, and 3. Seriously, I can't have pretty nails, you guys. I can't. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3. Alright, let's start off with these first, because these are sometimes kind of hard to do when we have the higher parts up. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're going to go in and fix it. Don't worry. 1. Okay. But I don't think I would be terrified to fly. I think it would actually be pretty fun. I think certain parts like that is fun to think of, especially when it comes to Pokemon and like if Pokemon were real. Link. Chili Link? What does the Chili Link mean? How you doing? Generic. Am I saying that right? Generic. Generic pun. Welcome in, welcome in. Link to what? What type of link are you looking for? Chili link. No lie, that is making me hungry. Chili link. But I would definitely say that I would be okay. I'm well, gorgeous. Good, good. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Is it Wednesday, you guys? I can't believe it's Wednesday already. But if you're just joining me, I am building the Blastoise of this massive Lego. 6,838 pieces. I did Ivysaur, which you cannot see over here. I just realized what camera it is. But I did Ivysaur, and Ivysaur took me well of like just about 20 hours. Because I did 4 sessions, and those 4 sessions were like 5 to 4 hours. Thank you for liking the live, Generic. I really think I'm not saying that name right, if I'm being honest. But, you know, thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate it. But when it comes to Pokemon, are you a Pokemon fan? Are you a Pokemon fan? If you are, how would you feel if you knew that you could fly on top of a Pokemon? Would you do it? Are you scared of heights? Would you not do it because technically you're like don't have 4 walls around you to keep you safe? Like what is going on? Like I think I personally would be okay with it. I would be more terrified for the Pokemon themselves, like I said. Poor Charizard, like I would be terrified that a wind is gonna catch drift of his tail and poof, that's it. And then we're high up in the air and we're just coming down. We're just coming down. But you know, that's like the scientific part of me that I'm all like, okay, how exactly does that work? If you're gonna tell me, thank you for the little heart. If you're gonna tell me that you have to keep a Charizard, a Charmander, Charizard, and Charmeleon, like if you have to keep their flame safe, but you're telling me that we can fly, like isn't that putting them at danger? Like I can't think of it, like how that would work. I really can't. I can't fathom. I would feel like I would be putting them in danger every single time I'm like, let's take off. Welcome in, Drewski. How are you today? But that would basically be on my mind as to, you know, I don't know about this. I really don't know. Alright, so we got this cover. We got 1 cover. And 2 cover. That's 2. 1 cover. And 1 cover. Then 2 cover. And 2. Yeah, look at that. We're getting our wave on. Yo! We're getting there. Alright. From there, what are we gonna do? ¿Qué vamos a hacer? What's next? Oh, we're gonna put these on. Yo! Alright, let's see here. This one, if we're looking at it like this is gonna go right here. So that's 1 and 2. Oh, it's gonna be the extra spaces we have left. Yo! Make it easy for me. That's 1 and 2. Don't have to guess where that's gonna go. It definitely let me know. Hey, put it right there. Let's see here. From here, where is it gonna go? We got this red piece. Yeah. So we're gonna put, let's do the red piece first. I think it's gonna be easier as an anchor to know where we're putting what. So that's 1, 2, And 3. Get the azul out here. That's that. We got these little pieces over here, little markers. That's 1 and 2. These are gonna hold up something. I don't know what it's gonna hold up, but it's gonna hold up something. Ready? And then from there we got, is it the long one? I think it's the long one. We got 2 of these. Yeah. So this is gonna come over here, right on top. It's gonna be hanging. So that's 1 and 2 with the blue. But yeah, I think I would be okay flying on a Pokemon's back. I don't think whether they'll be okay, right? But I think overall it's not so bad. It actually seems pretty exciting if you ask me. Alright, so here we're only making 1 of these. Got it. So this one's gonna come over. Pie piece. And pie piece. Then we're gonna skip 2. It's gonna be another pie piece. I think it's going the same direction. So pie piece and pie piece. That's 2. This one's gonna come over here and I'm gonna cover this up. Right there. Hi friends, hi Milky Way, how are you today? I am here with Lego today. I am also, are you a fan of Pokemon? Are you a Pokemon fan? Because if so, I'm actually building the second part of this one. I always have to see where TikTok's camera lands. This is Venusaur. I would like to present you to Venusaur. And we are currently working on Blastoise. Let's see. I'm doing great. I finally got the peanut sprite in Fortnite, and absolutely I just bought a Pokemon purse. Ooh, that's exciting. Congratulations on Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, so I'm not quite sure if that's just a skin. Is it a skin or is it like a weapon? The peanut sprite. I would think it's a costume. It's a little guy you get to collect. Ooh, cool. So it's like a little trophy almost. That's cool. Which gives you abilities. See, I don't know much about Fortnite. All I know is that every once in a while I'll log in and I'll play a match and not know what I'm doing. Like I will run around, I will build a wall because I don't think I really understood how to do the building mechanic. And then from there I will run around and shoot. I have really bad aim in game because I can't move. Like my motor skills did not develop, if I'm being honest with you. I really think I don't have very good motor skills, if I'm being honest. And I think games like Fortnite definitely show that I don't have any ability to really control those motor skills. That's so good. Everyone is good at something. I know. But it's so funny because I love platformers, but I haven't really played platformers in a while, and you could definitely notice because my traction with my controller is totally like not there. Thank you for liking the live though. And congratulations. That sounds like fun. I like when you get rewarded in playing your games that you love. It makes you want to continue playing, right? But I am all Pokemon up. Question for you. Question. I don't think it's pinned in TikTok anymore. But like if Pokemon were real and you could fly on the back of your Pokemon, would you? Or are you afraid of heights and you would basically decide not to do it? Let's see. Well, I suggest Marvel Rivals. You'd honestly love The Jeff Lowe guy. Okay, so I actually have considered playing Marvel Rivals because I have seen my husband play it. But the one that I'm like super excited for when it comes to Marvel, I love fighting games. And the new Marvel fighting game that is about to come out, I am like super excited for that. If there's anybody from the FGC around here, I could tell you that me personally, I will sit with my husband. He started this tradition of watching Evo. If we have the opportunity to go to Vegas and go to Evo, we are definitely there as well. But this year we actually watched it at home, and we saw that new, like, two new fighting games I'm super excited for is definitely the Marvel one and the Avatar one. Like, give me a chance to be the cabbage man. The cabbage seller. I'm there. I'm gonna throw cabbages while I'm fighting. The Avatar. Um, I would absolutely fly on a Pokemon. Who would you fly on? I think I would choose either Dragonite or Butterfree. Even though Butterfree scares the heck out of me, because like in ratio and in aspect, I'm all like, yo, you are large. Like, you're not a cute butterfly. You're like large. But you know what? I will still go for a ride. I would still go for a ride. But as far as these fighting games are, I'm super excited for those. And I also re-downloaded uh, Dead or Alive because that's also my game. I love Dead or Alive and Mortal Kombat. Don't ask me about Tekken. I suck at Tekken and I suck at Street Fighter. But I'll watch a match. I'll get into it too. Like, Evo is our welcome in, Laurie. Evo is technically our Super Bowl. Like, we are so down for that. I would choose Galarian Ponyta. Ooh, ooh, do they fly? It's absolutely my favorite. Oh, you would just write it. I'm down for that. My favorite Pokemon is definitely Ditto, just because the ability that it could be whatever it wants to be. But I just think that he's like super cute, a little goop with eyes. Then from there, I would probably say I would have Eevee, and then I would also have an Espeon on my team. Then the one that I love the most, like, it's not necessarily my favorite because if I had to choose one, Espeon it would be at the top. Okay, then you would have Ditto, but then after that, I would have an Alolan Ninetales. I love how that Pokemon looks. It looks so elegant, and it's like my spirit animal. Yes, it's hilarious, Ditto. Yeah, Ditto. I was so super excited that for Pokopia, you basically play as Ditto. The reaction my husband got of me when they announced Pokopia, it was like liquid gold to him because like butter. Because he was like, I've never seen you so excited for a Pokemon game. I love Pokemon, but definitely like most of my history definitely has to do with the anime. I didn't have the means to be able to play Pokemon when I was younger. Whether it was the cards or it was the video game. That's alright though. I enjoy it now. Alright, so we got 1, 2. Where are we putting over here? This side over here. We're gonna have a tile. And then this one's gonna come over, cover up. And this one? Yes? Yes. And then we're gonna add one more tile on the bottom over here. Cover that up. And this one that's gonna hang loose. Yo! We did it. But yeah, Ditto. But that Alolan Ninetales, I am there for it. I love Alolan Ninetales. Then we're gonna add these over here. This is gonna be interesting because I'm gonna get lost the moment we have to put the tiling in. This one. How does that work? Oh, I guess it would be here. It's like, don't abuse me. And then this one. Yay! Okay, we're gonna... Oh, okay, it's not gonna be bad tiling. Not gonna be too hard for me to understand where this goes. At least I don't think so. We're gonna see right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and then it's gonna be a piece on number 4. Gonna be a piece on number 4. Híjole. I think I got it. Then this one. And then another pie piece. Flora! Welcome in, Flora. How are you today? But, let's see. What other question do I have? Ooh, I think this one's a good one. Let's get it going. Let's see. What is the first house rule you'll set? You'd have to set for your Pokemon if they are living in your home. Yo, first of all, you're getting house trained. That's for sure. You're getting house trained first. But aside from that, let me see. What else would you do? Like, what else would I come up with? I would probably say the first rule after that, like, we're gonna have to implement a chill corner. That's for sure. I think a chill corner is definitely the way that I want to go, because I would be afraid that this Pokemon, no matter who it is gonna start throwing a tantrum, and now we're in a situation that the whole apartment or house is trashed. Like, how is that gonna work? So this Pokemon has to be trained. I don't know. I feel like in comparison to like domesticated animals that we have in real life, they give me hope by watching anime and watching the games and all of this stuff. It gives me hope that they are very understanding creatures, and therefore like um trying to have one is not going to be such a big problem. Like, it's going to be a problem, but we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. I wonder if this game was delayed. Is it there? I don't know if I'm going to have these in the right spot. I'm pretty sure these I'm going to have to go in and double check and like move them when I have to add something else. I don't think I have them in the right spot. But then again, they could also just be decoration, and we might not have to put anything there because Blastoise is going to have somewhere else where he's going to be standing. Okay. I think I got it. There we go. I think I put it in the right spot. I think. But yeah, what is the first household rule you'd have to set before a Pokemon lives in your home? Well, we already know that as far as like um as far as like, you're gonna have to be house trained, which in all reality I don't feel so bad about, because the anime makes me feel like they are gonna be okay with that. Like, they're not gonna make a big deal that I'm training it to be domesticated. That is the expectation I have gotten from the anime. If that's not reality, then I think we're gonna have a major problem just in general. But if in fact they are pretty good about this, oh look, it actually did have a way. They knew that we were gonna mess up. All right, so that one's okay. If so much, this is the one that I'm not sure about. This one's gonna come over. It has a little diagramma as to, hey, did you do this right? So maybe it does matter where it lands. All right, I only had to move one of them, so we're good. We're good. But as far as, you know, being able, oh, this one's gonna be easy. So it's gonna be over here. Yeah. As far as these house rules go, like, let me see, what else? You have to, no running inside of the house. Like if I am in an apartment and I say, for example, I have a like a dog type Pokemon, I think that's gonna be a problem. If you are guard type Pokemon, like if you're ferocious, if you see that we have intruders in the house, like I have to make sure you're trained to know, hey, we're not gonna fight anybody who is an intruder inside of the house. Like we're gonna try to push them outside. If not, I think we put ourselves in danger. I like how those are the things that I automatically think of if in case, like, you know, we have an intruder, you gotta like behave this way. We're gonna be doing drills, that's for sure. We're gonna drill it up and make sure that we are on the same page as far as, hey, don't just like toss an intruder around. Let me see. I don't know. Outside of that, I feel like I can't think of any actual rules right off the bat. I have a pretty chill dog on like right now. Like Mercedes is pretty chill. She's not here today, but she's pretty chill. So I think she kind of set an expectation that I don't necessarily need to put up a lot of guards when it comes to like pets. And I know that that's going to not prepare me for a situation where I have a Pokemon living in my house. It's gonna set the wrong precedent, and I'm gonna be very comfortable with, yeah, just hang out, you know, you got treats, you got this, you'll be fine. And that's not the reality of it. It really isn't. And I am not ready for that reality, which is kind of funny because, yeah, I know that I'm gonna be in the wrong receiving end of this whole thing. Look at that, we're moving along. Perfect. Look at that. We got waves. We got waves, you guys. That's nice. All right. We have gone through 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. We've done 5 bags. Yay! We've done 5 bags, and I think it's been 2 hours. Almost. 2 hours almost. We're making good time. All right. We're going to make it all the way to bag number 35, and then we're going to stop there. And I'm going to debate whether we move forward or we're going to take a break. But I'm pretty sure we're going to take a break, and then I'm going to save the rest for later. If you join me, this is like a quick little segment over here. If you have joined me before, you know that I normally go live Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. The last few days I have skipped out on Sundays. Mostly, if I'm being honest with you, is because wait, I did go live on Sunday. Did I? No, I didn't. I lie. I did not. But I feel like mentally I have not been prepared because I have been playing, what's it called? I have been playing. What have I been playing? Welcome back, Milky Way. I have been playing platformer, and that platformer has been, what's the name of this platformer? I cannot think. Rayman Legends. I'm super excited for the new one, which is, you know, I have had people tell me it's not new. It's still new. I'm super excited for it. Let me have it, please. I remember that was like #1 game I would play all the time for the longest time, and I'm super excited to see. Um, I'm super excited to see the changes that they do for this game. I don't expect it to be super different. I think some of the mechanics are going to still be the same, but I definitely right now have been taking a break because I'm to a point that I'm at the last boss, and for some reason I don't remember how to get past it. So I have been frustrated with myself, and I do apologize for that. But you could definitely find me here Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Um, and in between, I always suggest you follow if you want to tune in, because in between those times, if I decide to go live, you'll get the notification. Anyways, bag number 32. Yay! Alright, bag number 32, and we got a new question up. Which Pokemon would be the best service animal for mental health or physical assistance? Ooh. Chansey. You know I'm going to go for Chansey. Chansey is my #1. She's bae. Chansey is definitely going to be good for either one of those things, because she's already prepared to do it on a regular basis. Like, we have already gone over this. This is her job. This is something that she does on a daily basis with joy. Like, she provides service. I don't think that there is any competition when it comes to the best being Chansey, because realistically speaking, there's no other choice but Chansey. Alright, let's see here. It's gonna go right on top. Looks like it's gonna take over 2. Yeah. Oh, not even. It's gonna go right here, because we're gonna add 1 of these, and then 2 of these, and then the gray corner. Gray corner! But definitely Chansey. But outside of Chansey, if we want to give, you know, if you want to create a whole line of different Pokemon that can be service animals, I would probably say for mental stability, I think realistically speaking, all the evolutions would technically have, like, I think later generations, not first generation evolutions, but like Leafeon, Sylveon, Umbreon, and Espeon definitely would have a solid career as a service animal. I don't know how I feel about Jolteon or Flareon, like first generation evolutions. I don't know necessarily how I feel that they would do in that situation, but definitely like later generations of evolutions, I personally think would be a good fit for that. Definitely Ponyta, the Galarian form, I think would actually be a good one too. I don't know. I just think rainbows, and I think happy. I think happy. So I would want to assume that she would be able to help if that were the case. But outside of that, who else do we have? We have... I think Curlia would be a good one. Curlia would probably be a good service animal too. Don't think necessarily the best, but like basically Curlia. I can't think of her evolution name right now. But the one in between. Because it's Curlia, then one more, and then there's Gardevoir. Why can't I think of that other one? Oops, I put the wrong item. Is it this one? It's this one. I'm gonna put it right here. here. From there, we're gonna have this little shoe. Let's put the shoe. ¿Dónde está el zapato? Or maybe it's not a shoe, it's two of these. I thought it was a shoe. It is not a shoe. It is not a shoe. Okay. Let me think. Who else? I don't know why, but I would feel like Dragonite would be a good one too. I think Dragonite has the sensibility to be able to be very empathetic. At least what I have seen from, you know, the anime, I think that's a possibility. I think that's a possibility based off of that. I'll put this one right here. Who else do we have? I feel like there's so many, and I'm only covering the surface of this because I can't think of everyone. Esper! Esper's a good one. I think Esper would be a good emotional support. I think Esper is a good one. I'll put a little wave. Then it's going to be this corner piece. And then this one. Good. Double of the clear ones. That one's gonna fall in the middle. I think the game is finally starting. I don't know if it got delayed because of weather again. But I kind of felt that maybe perhaps, but they're in Seattle. It has said that it was live for a while. And I guess it was 3:30, the time that it was going to start. Anyways, if you have not joined me the past few weeks, I want to say weeks now. Has it been weeks? I feel like it's been 2 weeks. I am watching soccer. I am watching the World Cup. For us, it's a very big tradition. My father was the one that introduced us to it, of course, and it used to always be a big point of conversation. Unfortunately, my father is now housed in a nursing facility because he has dementia, and unfortunately, he lives in Florida with my sister, and unfortunately, because of life's responsibilities, she's not able to give him the care she would want to give him at home. So he is in a nursing home now. So we haven't been able to kind of like bug him and stuff about what we usually bug him. He's doing well though. I feel like he's doing much better now than when he was at home. But I do know that the nurses there take very good care of him because they even make sure that he gets his soccer in. I wouldn't be surprised if they sit there with him and everything. Welcome in, Babs. How are you today? I am here building Lego. But yeah, so I am keeping up with the World Cup. Mostly because I know that when we head over to Florida at the end of the summer, it's definitely going to be one of those point of conversations that when we go visit him, we'll be like, yeah, you remember that? At least that's my hope, right? Because with dementia, you just never know how far back you can kind of, you know, reflect on. Let's see here. Where is that going to go? I feel like that's wrong. How's that work? Did I forget to put something there? Because it would be... I think I forgot to put something there. Let's take a look. Oh, that one has a crystal one. Yay! Okay. I didn't have to go too far back. Alright, we got that one on. There we go. And this one, we got it. but I am definitely following. I am super excited for tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Thursday. Thursday actually has Spain playing, right? So I'm definitely gonna be watching the Spain game. Um, but aside from that, I'm super excited for the what I personally think is like the most anticipated game in this round, which is Argentina versus Cape Verde. Like Copa Verde, yo, their goalie, like Messi is gonna have to work hard to be able to score against him, and I have high hopes for Cape Verde because of him, because of their goalie. But you know, we won't know until Friday. But I really am cheering them on. Yo, Cape Verde, it's a legit thing. All right, we're gonna put green, gray, and green. Once again over here, green, gray, and green. Right there. This one right here. It's gonna go one right here. Gonna be flush. Yes, that's gonna be flush. And then this one is gonna go on the other side over here. It's gonna be flush as well, with a gray on each of those, with a dark gray 3 tall as a wall. I did not mean to rhyme, but I saw the opportunity and I went for it. There we go. There we go. All right. So then from there, we're going to go and turn this around, have it holding like this. It's looking great. It's looking great. Let me see something. I think these bags that I have here in front of me are all the base. So I think next week when I continue with this build, it might actually be like actual Blastoise. But I'm not sure about that. All right, here we're gonna add one of these here, there. Then we're gonna have one of these sitting side caps right here in the middle with a tall regular one, right? Nope, it's one of the ones with a side cap, but it's gonna be facing back. Okay, that's one. Then over here, we're going to grab a sitting side cap, grab this kind of corner piece, have it facing down, and here it's going to be, think of a square piece, one of these with the square piece, and this one. But yeah, I think Dragonite would actually be a good one too for a service animal. I don't know, something about it, like I would want a big hug whenever I'm feeling down from Dragonite. Not only that, but I would also like to essentially, you know, I feel like he has the ability to get that sensibility of, hey, something's not right. Not only that, but like if we're talking about physical aspect of service animals and how they help, I could see that is wrong. I could see Dragonite kind of like holding my hand while I'm like trying to hang tight. I think one of these belongs here. I think I missed that part. Okay, there you go. That's better. But yeah, I think Dragonite would be a good fit. Aside from Dragonite, let's see. Esper. I said Esper. Esper has that psychic feeling, and it's also like nice and plushy. Even if it evolves, I forgot the name of the evolution right now. But even if it evolves, I think intuition would just grow. So I think that would still make it a very good one too. Okay. And then we have this piece over here that we're going to add right here. No, we're going to add it onto the back. And next to the prong that we added. That's kind of random. Alright. Welcome in, race driver. How are you today? Alright. Let's go on to a different question. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Let's go here. Next question I have is, would you trust a psychic type to read your mind, or would that be a total deal breaker? Honestly, I feel like it depends, because like, say for example, you do have a psychic type as your partner. I think it's beneficial for them to be able to read your mind. It makes your connection a little bit bigger, you know, stronger. And it just overall puts you in a good position when it comes to that bond that you guys create. But as I said, I think it also depends, because if you are if you don't have that bond, say for example, you find yourself a, welcome in, Este, how are you today? Say for example, you find yourself a Team Rocket Pokemon. Why does that look like I messed up again? I did mess up. Both of those need to have something over here. Thank you for your daily heart, Este. I appreciate it. How are you today? Are you streaming today? Today's Wednesday. I think you're usually off, right? Let's see here. Totally feel like I missed certain parts here. But that one has one. This one right here. That's one. That's one. This one is not going to have anything. It just goes through. Right? That's that one. But yeah, so I personally don't think I mind having a psychic Pokemon read my mind. I think it's actually a benefit, especially if we are to be partners. But I do think that if for some reason this is a rescue, right? A rescue one. And it's telling me it's a rescue, and it turns out to be that it's a Team Rocket Pokemon, and that a lot of for some reason I was a target, and I don't know, I have like a secret to keep I can see the problem with having a Pokemon that can read your mind. Definitely. Definitely. Queen, how are you today, Este? Oh, see, thank you for your daily heart too. Thank you, Este. But yeah, I would probably say I'm like talking Pokemon today. I am like so about Pokemon today. I did Venusaur a while back, and then I had to take a break. I could not finish this Lego all in one shot. Like I had to take a break. But one thing that I started doing when I did my Pokemon builds, because I have quite a bit of Pokemon builds, was I started asking these questions to myself as far as like what certain things, if Pokemon were real. And right now, the question I am answering is: would you trust a psychic Pokemon to read your mind, or would you be total? Would that be a total deal breaker? I personally think I would be okay with it. I don't necessarily think I have like bad secrets. However, if we're in the same state that we are right now, where it's like I live with my husband and my two kids, I would probably use it to my advantage if I'm being serious, like honest, because sometimes I don't know what my husband's thinking. He doesn't tell me everything. Like he will definitely um like I personally think that it would be an advantage to me to be able to kind of like come in and be like, okay, he's not doing good. Tell me what's going on. Because I would assume that this Pokemon has the ability to share what it's thinking with me, right? Like that's how it goes. Like that's how I think it's gonna work. Um, but you know, I could be wrong. Maybe perhaps I think this is going to be such an easy thing to deal with, having a Pokemon that can read your mind, and then it turns out that it's the most horrible thing that could have happened. You know, it happens. But as far as it being an advantage when it comes to like dealing with my kids, I think that's an advantage. Because I would assume that psychic Pokemon, aside from being able to read your minds, they would be able to control the atmosphere too, right? Like, they could do that. I would think so. I feel like I saw it in the anime. I'm not sure, but I feel like I saw it in the anime. But I would think that they would be able to control the environment and the feelings that are going all over the place. My 2-year-old would probably be much more calmer, if I'm being honest. Cause then we could kind of like chillax. Cause the Pokemon can read my mind, like my mind, and see how anxious I'm getting, and he would be able to read his mind and nudge me in what I need to do. Welcome in, Ruby Day. Ruben Day. Ruben Bedoy. I am so sorry. I am clearly a person that needs to wear glasses that doesn't wear glasses. And it's not because I refuse to wear them aesthetically. It's just that I forget to wear them. I have a 2-year-old that pulls on them too, so they constantly leave my face. You think I'm muted? No noise. That's interesting. Vanessa, can you hear me? You're still on the base. Dude, these bases are insane. Can you hear me? Vanessa, blink twice if you can hear me. And believe it or not, I am still on the base right now. However, this base is kind of hefty. This is a bag. I've already done like 4 bags, I think. Let's see here. This one. And you know, in comparison of how I usually get distracted, I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm not getting that distracted today. let me know if you guys can hear me. Alright. That's there. So from here, we're gonna grab this one, and it's gonna go right on top. That's one. And two. With one of these on top. And another one, and we're gonna snap the first one. That's one. With two and three. Perfect. First one's gonna go on the top over here, right? No, I lie. This is gonna be kind of hanging. Oh, it's because there should be another one there. That makes sense. It was on my end. That's because you exited and then came back, right? So it basically muted the channel. I was like, I think I'm fine. The audio is still showing up. That's funny. But I am... The base itself is almost like 10 or like quite a few bags. So that's why I'm still here. Alright. And then we're going to put this one over here. Just like that. We got it? We got it. And this is bag... So I started off with bag 24. No. Bag 28. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So this is bag 32. So this is 5 bags so far for the base. And like, if I remember correctly, these waves kind of like come out like this. And then you have Blastoise like in the middle. That's so funny. How's your day going, Vanessa? What are you working on today? We got one. And over here, we got this one. I feel like there is something there that needs to go there. I skipped the whole section. Let's see here. I put that one. So it's going to be this black square that's going to go in here. That's one. Then we're going to have this blue piece over here and have this side squared away. Actually, it looks like it's going to belong on this one. It's so detailed as to where these pieces go, which is not a bad thing. It's just sometimes the photo doesn't really do it justice as to where certain things go, but this makes sense right here. So, and usually I don't tell it's going the wrong way until I actually put it down, and it's like, oh, that's not what's supposed to happen. That's not what's supposed to happen. Like, for example, this one right here, it's supposed to... That's good. Okay. I gotta go run errands, and then I'm going to start work on my dream snap for this week. Okay, have a wonderful day. If you get a chance, what's the dream snap thingy for today? I actually haven't like taken a look at it. Welcome in, class of 29. How are you doing today? Let's see. That's going to be 1 and 2. This is the same. This one's not the same. I don't know why. Why would that be kind of floating? Alright, let's see. What goes there? This one's gonna come over here. It's gonna live right there. I'm not even sure if it's supposed to be the same height now. I feel like this is where I'm gonna have to start going back and seeing where certain things are, because I think there's certain parts that don't quite fit where they're supposed to fit. This side is all fine and hunky-dory. That's one. Then from there, we're going to add this black piece. Okay. That goes there. Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are doing fabulous today. It is Thursday. No, it's not Thursday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. They're starting the game. Alright, so we got... This piece is matching up, that piece is matching up. This is the piece that doesn't match up. I gotta figure out why. Because that all looks good. That doesn't make sense as to why it doesn't match up. Not quite sure, you guys. Because it equals out right here. That's fine. But this part right here is the problem. You know what? I am gonna do something and just put this here so it's not floating. Because there's just this one part right here that doesn't make sense. Okay. Alright, I think I feel better about that. If it's supposed to go even, I think that's a problem too, because it's not going even. It's not going even. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay. That's this one. With this. Alright. Then right here, we're going to add... Without looking at the PC, Dream Snap challenge for this week is called Explosions of Color. Ooh, that sounds exciting. That sounds exciting. I think I have a couple ideas of what I want to do. I think that one I might actually like put an effort in now. I might actually put an effort on that one. I could think of a few things that I want to do. We'll see. We'll see if I get a chance to do it. Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. All of that stuff is way too over here. That's not supposed to be like that. I'm missing some pieces I'm supposed to be putting there. Okay, let's see. I think I figured out what I did wrong. So this one should be over here. This one should be right here. Right there. With this one right next to it. And then this one goes in this little spot. Looks better. Okay. Then I need a frontal view of this. Okay. So that's... This one has to be facing this way. That's 1, 2, 3. There we go. That one doesn't have anything except for this little guy coming in and putting us there. And then this one is supposed to be on this side. Okay, I ignored a whole 3 sections. That is what happened. And now it looks like it does fit. All right, so then we have 2 and 2. We have this blue piece. That's going to come in and be right next to there, which means this blue piece is going to go right here. I figured it out. I figured it out. Explosions of color. I'm super excited to get started on that one. That kind of makes sense though. It's kind of like following 4th of July, I feel. It's like, hey, we're going to celebrate this. Alright. From there, we're going to do 1. There we go. There we go. Now it fits. Now everything is where it's supposed to be. We got it. We got it. Alright. From there, it's going to be black piece right here on both sides. Yes. Yes. Because we're going to have this gray piece on both sides over here. Gray piece. Black piece. Black piece. Then we're going to have another one of these come in. Cover up this part. Should be on both sides. Oh, that's because this one fell. Alright, so that one. Then we're going to add this triple. 1 triple, 2 triple. Okay. And then this one's going to come across all the way. Probably not. I'm still missing one of these. Or is there a blue piece that I'm missing? Am I actually missing this piece? I'm not even sure myself. Ay, Dios mío, I don't have it. Okay, hold on. Why do I not have it? Did I drop it? No sé dónde está. Welcome in, Laura. How are you today? I don't know what happened to it. Let's see. Okay, there's like a whole piece missing. Never mind. I put it on the wrong spot. I put it on the wrong spot. Alright. There we go. That belongs there. There we go. Now it makes sense. Ay, Dios mío. I did it wrong. Okay, so from here, it's going to go... This black part right there is going to be left alone because we're going to put this on top of this part right here, leaving a light blue one open on both sides. Then we're going to add another square to both sides. That's 1 and 2. Okay. From here, we're going to add the green and this one to both sides. right there. One right there. And then that means that we're going to add this blue one. That's 1 and 2. This base is getting hefty. And then that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. All right. From there, we should have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means this last one is going to go right here on both sides. Like so. Yes. Yes. This one right here is going to have one of these with these two kind of on there. That's 1 and 2. This one again. It's going to be 1 and 2. Good. Yes. I'm so excited for this base. This is going to be super cute. All right. Now, the question is... Nope, we're good. I thought I didn't put this how it was supposed to be. But there's 1 on that side. And then this side is going to have right over here. Yay! Finished another bag. We did it. All right, let's see here. Here's a good one. Okay, so the question on the docket is... If Pokemon were real, would you actually be a trainer or would you just want to be a regular person with a Pokepal? Ooh, this is hard because I feel personally that I would be a combination of both. How, you say? Number 33. I feel like I would be a combination of both because I would want to try and see if I could be a Pokemon trainer. And the reason why would be because I wouldn't just want one Pokemon. It's kind of like having a farm, right? When you have one horse, you kind of want another horse. Or aside from that, you kind of want to be able to like have multiple animals available, right? You want to go feed the chickens. You want to do that. You want to do this. So I personally think that I would be that type of person that I wouldn't be able to just have one Pokemon. But because of that, I feel that maybe perhaps I would have to be a Pokemon trainer. I would still kind of go travel, kind of understand different Pokemon, and then come back and be like, okay, well, now I have buddies all over the place. But I would start off probably as a Pokemon trainer and then gradually become a regular person with a Pokemon pal. But not just one. I would have several Pokepals, if I'm being honest. I would have quite a couple. I already have my 6 lineup, so therefore I would just make sure that I have them trained and just live life with all 6 of them. In this scenario, I have a full-on ranch, I guess, because then I'll have space for them. But nothing guarantees that that's exactly how it's going to happen. All right. Okay, we got this one right here with this corner one. But I would definitely be a combination of both. like I said, I would start off being a Pokemon trainer. I would travel around. I don't think like I would go to all the regions. I think I would probably try to do my research and really understand which Pokemon are coming from which region, and essentially from there kind of choose what regions I visit. I don't think I would be able to visit all of them. But as I'm doing that, I'm doing research as far as like, okay, I vibe with these Pokemon. Because in reality, I might not vibe with the ones that I think I would vibe with. Right now, I think maybe perhaps, Psychic and Water and Ice type are my types or normal types. And then it turns out that I'm really good at understanding, Fire types. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Fire types are not my type. I prefer psychic type over um ghost type. I think I'm able to like work with them a little bit better. But that could change. I shouldn't just assume that that's the route I'm going to take in this hypothetical Pokemon journey that I'm in. Let's see here. But I would definitely train with the intention of retiring early and just enjoying life and being there. I feel that I don't necessarily want a specific Pokemon career as far as, having a career like Nurse Joy, who works with Pokemon at the Poke Center, Pokemon Center. I don't necessarily think that I want to. Um, Jenny has a even position. Like she doesn't just deal with Pokemon. She's like a police officer, so she deals with like actual people in her job. She just works with Pokemon. I feel like that's the type of um that would be the type of job I would have. This goes here. How would that work? There we go. It wasn't working. I was like, how is this supposed to stay there? It's not working. But yeah, I feel that I would try to. It's kind of like going to school, right? Like you want to go to school, you want to have like a base knowledge of everything going on. Welcome in, Angela. How are you today? You want to have a base knowledge of how to deal with Pokemon. And I think that the best way to start that journey and understand how to deal with Pokemon would definitely be becoming a Pokemon trainer. But I would be a Pokemon trainer with the intention that I'm not staying a Pokemon trainer. Like, I am retiring as soon as I can, and I'm opening up a ramen shop or something in this hypothetical situation. I have I think what I would try to do is I would probably try to open up a Pokemon treat bakery or something. I think I would go that route. I would probably go that route and try to open up a bakery. I would have a couple of different Pokemon helping me out, that's for sure. Who those Pokemon would be, I would have my Ditto there because I already have a Ditto, right? So I would have my Ditto there. I would have what else? I would have Ditto there. How does that work? I think I messed up. Okay. I figured it out. It was just a turn of a thing. But yeah, I think that would be the route that I would take. Because that feels more like me. I don't necessarily think I want to travel the whole world over and over from region to region trying to compete. If I were to compete, I think I would be more of a Pokemon coordinator and, you know, um, experiment with Pokemon contest. I think that would be the route that I would take if I decided to become a dedicated Pokemon trainer. But you know, I personally feel that Brock had a point in becoming a Pokemon breeder. He wanted to be a Pokemon breeder. He set on his journey to learn about Pokemon, and when he came back, he realized that being a Pokemon breeder was not just going to be enough for him. He wanted to be a Pokemon doctor. And he was able to discover that about himself if it weren't for traveling. And I think that's the route that I would take. I know that, especially if you're going to be working with Pokemon, you kind of have to have a little bit of experience with Pokemon. So that would be definitely something I would kind of keep in mind. But it wouldn't be my sole career choice to have only stuff that I like, to only limit myself to being a trainer. Because then I feel like retirement would kind of suck. Like, what would retirement look like after that? Like, when I'm ready, there's gonna come a time that as a Pokemon trainer, you're gonna be tired. You're not gonna want to travel around anymore. You're gonna want to just kind of like chill. So, therefore, you know, I think if I set my mind to not becoming a Pokemon trainer, it might be for the best. Let's just put it that way. It might set me up for success rather than failure. Let's see, how is this one going to go? This is going to hang. That's good. Right there with this piece right here coming over. And this one right over here. Okay. From there we got a double up top with the corner piece coming around and a slanty J piece. That's one and two. This one with a little corner. No, not corner, just a regular piece. Nope. Yes? Oh, yes. Did they score? No, they didn't. Right there. With this one. Belgium versus Senegal. We'll see how that goes. I don't think I necessarily have like a team that I'm rooting for this one. I think either one of them deserve a shot. Probably, you know, Belgium has made it pretty far in the past, so I think they have the upper hand here. Okay. And then this one's going to come over here. That wasn't too bad. That one actually, those actually went in a little bit faster. Okay. Let's see here. We're now going to be adding this piece right over here. Where's this going to go? This is right here. Right there. And then that means this one's over here. L-shaped pieces. That's 1 and 2. We're gonna add here. Yes. Make sure that it's nice and tucked. This and this. Okay, we're gonna do one of these, which is gonna be right over here. Then it's gonna be 2 of these to fill up the top, 1 and 2. Tile and tile. Okay, good, 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 good. All right. Over here, we're gonna add just the stepping ones. So that's 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 2 of these. Oh, I told you guys. There's a second one. I told you guys we were going to be ending with no more nails after this one. They were like, we gave you 2 weeks. That's it. No more. Okay. With this one, come over here. There we go. That's 1 and 2. With this one right here and a single in there. Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining me, I am working on Blastoise today. I have already done Ivysaur, Venusaur. I keep saying Ivysaur. I love Ivysaur with the little bulb. I think we need an Ivysaur. I hope Lego does one, because the one that Mattel did is just a small one. It's not a big one, and I love Ivysaur. Something about just having the little like bloom, not all the way open flower, and not just the leaves. I personally think is like, oh, he's so cute. So I personally would want an Ivysaur built. But that's just me. Let me know if you are down for an Ivysaur build, because I know I personally would love one. One and 2. And then we're going to add these. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here we go. How are these going to go? Are they curved in? I think they're curved in. Right here. There we go. That's 1. And these are going to have, that's 1 and 2. This one right here. Oh, that's why. There we go. With this one coming over and adding that. I've been adding these wrong. They're supposed to be sideways. I would be down for evolution, one of my favorite evolution Lego. Yeah, I know you love Bulbasaur. It's so funny because I was actually thinking too, I was like, oh goodness, she's gonna come over here and see Ivysaur. No, Venusaur, and it's gonna disappear. So I feel so proud of you that you haven't taken it away. But it's so funny because like my husband is waiting for me to finish building this whole thing because he wants to see it all together, right? But the most important thing to him is the whole fact that he wants to he's like, so you're gonna give me Charizard, right? Like Charizard is gonna live in my office, and I'm like, well, I guess this is the only reason why you gave it to me for our anniversary, so I have no other choice but to say yes. I'm like, I guess so. Alright, let's see here. This is gonna go all the way down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All the way flush? Yeah. Yo, that is a lot. Okay, so then right here we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it going? 5, 6, 7, and 8. Look at that. Okay. I have a feeling that this 35 number is going to be horrible. I think it's going to have a lot of these tiling pieces. I can see it already. Like, look at this. Let's see. My niece and nephew want to say hi. They love your build. Aw, thank you. Well, I have a plan which I will not disclose at the moment. Oh no! Don't tell me that! Gonna come in here and next thing I know, Venusaur is not gonna be here. But look at it! He's so cute! Hi, I'm Venusaur. Me and my voices. If only I could like keep that up to actually do some voice acting. And like be able to change my voice that way. Like I'm totally down for that. I just can't really do it. But who knows? I might learn to do it. Alright, we got number 34. This is our second to last bag, you guys. And then I'm going to be taking a break. And then we're going to save this for next week's build. But we are closing up to our 3rd hour. Yo. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Let's see, how are we doing over here? We got a goal! Senegal! Senegal! Yo! Ooh! You know? They could take it. Like I said, I don't necessarily have a specific team I'm going for Belgium versus Senegal. But it would be nice to see Senegal there. And who knows? It's Belgium's side. We'll see right now. Oh, he jumped right for it and stopped it. He was like, you're not going to score on me right now. That's not going to happen. All right, let's see here. Do. Let's go for... Okay, this is a good one. Let's see. In the anime, In the anime, gym leaders are basically local celebrities. How would you handle the fame? That is a good question. How would I handle the fame? I don't know. I would like to believe that I would be okay with it, but I think part of me is like, what is going out to dinner mean? Like at that point, like, it, I think it depends because sometimes when I saw like the anime, yeah, they were local celebrities, but they seemed to be able to like live their lives like normal. But then it makes me wonder. I'm all like, is it like that um because they're just small town hero type of fame, or do people know them across the way? Because like if you watch the anime all the way through and you make it to journeys, I feel like that's a little bit more pressure because you're talking about the local champion. It's kind of like talking about like soccer. A lot of the people that we know soccer is because of course you know we see them. They started off as local heroes and now they're like part of a whole national team. I would not be surprised if we did not see any fave European teams in the end. I wouldn't be shocked either. I feel like that's the trend. A lot of underdog teams just like brought their game this year. Like not just this year, but like during qualifying rounds too. Like I wouldn't be shocked if we essentially just see them, dominate this time around. Like I said, I am super excited for Friday. Friday is my anticipated game because I'm like, yo, Argentina is usually one of my top, and Argentina is not even Europe, okay? But even our regular, like, Latin American ones, I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see them. I was a little disappointed. I was rude. Mexico is always a fan favorite, and Mexico is always up there. And if there's one of the host city teams, like one of the host country teams, I definitely think that Mexico is definitely going to make it far. US has a potential, but I feel that a lot of their success really is depending on one person. Um, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely one of those things I'm like, well, we could possibly see US in the final, but it's kind of half and half, I feel. Like there's a big potential there, but I'm not quite sure whether we'll be able to make it or not. But as far as like host countries go, I wouldn't be surprised to see essentially Mexico make it to the top. Do I think they're going to win? I don't think they're going to win. I think there's a couple of other teams that have more gusto that they want to go out there and win. Because I feel like they have to prove something. Morocco being one of them, that, the last World Cup, they were the underdog story. It was the first time that they had gone to the World Cup. And I feel like they made it so close. Like they made it pretty far that I think right now they're trying to ride that wave that they left last time. But yo, Copa Verde is definitely like a fan favorite because of the work that they have put in. And I wouldn't be shocked to see that we don't have the regular favorites. Come on now. Italy is not there. That's usually a favorite. That's my favorite, like one of my favorites. But I guess we'll see what that means when we get there. Like, I think we have this week, and by the end of next week, I think we're already in quarterfinals. Are we? I would think so, because usually the final happens during the timeline of my birthday. So it's already July 1st, you guys. Happy birthday to me. Alright, this one we're going to put on the end. This 1 and 2. And we're going to be putting this brick. And it looks like the bricky side is going to be on the inside. So they're going to be straight lines facing out. 1 green and 2 green. This is going to be 1 and 2. With this one coming over right on top. And this one. Okay. This is gonna cover up all the way through. Right there, that's 1. And this one's gonna cover up on the side. Okay. Ooh, we're building a fence. Alright, so we got 1. This one's gonna come over. 2. This one. It's 3. We're gonna put 2 of these in. So this is 1. 2. Tall one over here. And then this one. We made a wall! Don't come in here. Alright. This one's going to come all the way across. Attach all of that. Secure it in spot. Welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are all doing alright. It is not Thursday. I keep doing that. I guess I really want it to be Thursday, you guys. I have another doctor's appointment tomorrow. So, I might as well just tell you that I'm probably going to be late for my 11 o'clock stream. Because once again, I scheduled an appointment. And I don't think I factored in that I was going to have to go to the doctor. I am so good at doing my schedule, you guys. I am so good. Okay. Right here. All the way flush because this one's going to come over here and attach these. Hold it tight. And then this one that is number 3. Right there. Ahí estamos. Vamos a la próxima. And that one is going to be this side. So we're going to start off with this one at the end. It's going to be horizontal. And it's going to be 2 of these. 1 and 2. Then it's going to be the eyeglasses. Eyeglasses, and then another one of these. And this one looks like it's just going to hang out. Okay. Next side, pretty much the same. Gonna start off here. The cap. Eyeglasses. Oh, this one's gonna have a half moon. Ooh, they threw me for a loop there. Isala, Ingrid, Snow. Hi, Gomez. How are you today? Juan Gomez. How are you? I hope you're doing all right. I am here doing Lego. And I have my little buddy Venusaur right here, just watching me build Blastoise. But today we're only gonna do the base. Alyssa, welcome in, welcome in. How are you today? Job, really? That is supposed to be an O. Oh, really? Okay, so, oh, really what? No, I'm not sure what you're talking about. What are you talking about, girl? I don't know. I don't know. All right, we got eyeglasses. And then we're going to go ahead and do the tile. All right. From there, we're going to have a few of these. Going to have one right here. Then it's going to be covered up all the way across. It's like little pebbles. Is that what it is? I think it's supposed to be like little pebbles. All the way across? No, this one's gonna stop. So it's gonna be 3. Because we're gonna leave 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them open. Alright, and then this is gonna be on this side. There's gonna be 2 of these coming down. 1 and 2. And then this one's gonna be forward facing. Then there's supposed to be a corner piece. Yeah, there is. I didn't think there was, but it's a rock. We're forming a rock. Do you know your schedule? Oh, I try, okay? I try to keep a schedule. And I have to say, I feel very proud of myself because I have been able to maintain a somewhat schedule for the last month. And I acknowledge when I miss a stream and when I'm all like, well, I guess I cannot stream today. And then I try to put it in my, like, that's why I always tell you guys, try to join me on Twitch because Twitch is going to be the one that has the most latest information as far as when I go live. And you might even see me, like, you might even catch me in the act of canceling if I have to cancel, especially that Sunday stream. Alright, this one's going to come down here at the bottom. And plus, you just have a better view when you guys are on, you know, on this camera. Because you have a better view. Let's be honest. Alright, this one's going to come over here. Look at that! We went through another bag. We got through another bag. Got through another bag. Alright. So this one right here. And that is going to live on this side. Look at that. ¡Qué bonito! Son rocas! Look! I made a cliff. It's a whole cliff. ¡Qué chulo! Going to 39 minutes, you guys. They're almost going to halftime, and it's still 0-1 with Senegal in the lead. All right. From here, we got number 35. This is going to look pretty cool. You guys are going to like how this looks at the end of this bag. All right, bag 35. Oh, we get to do a lot of this right now. Yo, I'm in for it. All right, let's see. But yeah, I think as far as my question goes, I think I would be okay. I don't think gym leaders are as famous as Pokemon champions for their region. Like, they're local heroes, so I think I would be okay. I don't think I would, like, really be so hard that, you know, I'm not gonna be able to, like, walk down the street or anything, you know? At least that's what I think. Ooh, this is a good one. Especially if you've seen the anime, this is a good one. Okay, putting up my last question for today. After this bag, we are going to say adios for tonight. And basically, we might come back later tonight with Dreamlight Valley or Paralyzed. I have been playing Paralyzed, and I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't mind streaming that on, like, my days off, like, where schedule to do anything else. Paralives definitely has kind of. I'm interested. I am interested. Um, so that might be one that you might see me playing, especially on those days that I stream that I don't necessarily have it on the schedule. But we'll see. Anyways, this is a question. Is using the gym environment a strategy or cheating? Oh snap, your mic sounds great. Thank you. Courtesy of my hubby wubby, Mr. Yoya. I was waiting to use that one. First time chatter, in-game menu. Welcome, welcome. I know you're following. I believe you're following. So thank you for the follow. You laugh way too hard at that. I know. I do. So, since you're just joining us, this is our little buddy. I'm Venusaur. Welcome in. We are here today, and we are creating the base for my buddy Blastoise. I bet you my kids love that part. I'm gonna have to clip that for them. Anyways, this one I actually finished building this one a while back, and now I am working on the base for Blastoise. It's pretty hefty. Like, we started off with bag number 28, and we're on bag 35. Woo! Let's see. Laugh out loud. In-game menu. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Showing the love. Bell for life. Can always count on you to do that. Anyways, this is our last bag for today. After this, you can see me finish up this build next Wednesday. Wednesday at 1. See, I try to be on time. I really do, especially on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are kind of tough. Let's see. But our final question for today, our final Pokemon question for today is using the gym environment strategy or cheating? I don't know. I grew up with the anime, and if there's one thing that Ash taught me is that it is definitely an advantage. And why not use it? That and the ability of making sure that your Pokemon learn different things. I don't know. I personally think that it is strategy. Strategy. And I don't know. I feel like there would be, if you were to be able to actually use those things in the game, I think it would make the game more challenging. Like, be able to like use the environment of your gym as strategy. I think it would give like a whole different feel to the game itself. But that's just my thought. I don't know. You guys tell me. Is it strategy? I feel like I would have some people that would be like, no, it is not. And you're just cheating. But I don't think so. I think if I were a gym leader, I would see that as like something to admire out of like my challenger if they decided to use the environment against me. Because I'm like, you know what? I also have to say that maybe perhaps I'm also the wrong person, because I personally, like in my daily life, I'm a very logistical yet creative person. And that's why I think it's strategy, because essentially you have to be creative to be able to think about, hey, maybe I should do X, Y, and Z. And if I use that, if I'm in a rock type gym and all of a sudden I see that there's a sprinkler up there and I have Pikachu, yeah, I'm gonna have Pikachu go and like destroy that thing so that it rains all over. And guess what? Your rock Pokemon is no longer like, does not have the benefit anymore. All right, we need 7 of these. So we're gonna go 1. We're not gonna go 1 because I grabbed the wrong color. I lie. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We are at 0 to 1. 1. Senegal in the lead. Woot woot! And we have 5 minutes extra. We're already at the second minute of those 5 minutes. So, going into halftime, you guys. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7. Alright. But yeah, I personally think it's strategy. I think I would be, you know, going back to the question of would I be a Pokemon trainer or just a regular person with a Pokemon pal? I feel that this definitely falls in that, where it's like if all of a sudden I had, you know, I had gym leaders tell me that I couldn't do these things, that would definitely deter me from going around and challenging different gyms. Because I'm like, well, why can't I be creative with this? Could you imagine, like, what kind of anime we would have gotten if all of a sudden, like, Ash was disqualified for using the environment instead of, like, in some of his matches? Like, we would have a whole different anime, I feel. Let's see. Doing great. This is 1. Okay, this tiling is not as bad as I thought, because I thought we were going to have to do it while it's already on there. But this is where we're going to get the waves, and I'm so super excited of how this is going to look after this one bag. I think it's a great spot to stop, personally. I'm super excited for this one, because if my husband takes away and puts Charizard in his office, and my sister ends up taking Venusaur, I am looking forward for Blastoise. I am a water type girly. Like, between the 3, you would think I would be like a plant type, I think. I feel like if I were to take a personality test, I would definitely fall in the line with like grass type. I said plant type. Close enough. But I think just overall, I'm more of a water type girly. Even if I were like an avatar, right? If I lived in that universe, I am a waterbender at heart. You better watch your blood. Watch your blood. But I am a true waterbender and a water type. Like when we didn't have all these different convoluted types, I was definitely water type. Like even if the other ones were nice and cute, I would definitely still choose water type as my starter Pokemon. Definitely. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, where are these gonna go? These are gonna be facing down. And it looks like it's gonna basically be all the way across. Ay Dios. I think it's half and like 1 and 1. So I think we're gonna start off with this one, bring it down. Is it hiding? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so that's 1. Is that flush? That one's flush. Or not. It is not flush. I lie. I lie. That's 2. I think it's 1 and then skip. 1 and then skip. There goes that one. Wait. Is that one? That one's like that. This one was flush. This one was supposed to be flush, I think. Yes? No? No, I think that one's still good to be like this. There we go. It was a little loose. There you go. And then last one. Right there. Ooh, qué bonito. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Okay. Now we go on to the other one. And this one's going to be 6 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's start off with our first one so we know what we're doing. We're going to add a 2. Oy. So that's 1. It's going to be a small one on the right side and then the large on the left. Okay, with 2 little roof tiles. Wedges. I call these wedges. It's the wedge. And 1 wedge and this one. It's going to come over here. Alright. Let's get it on. So let's see. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yay! Okay. Gonna start with this one. 1. You know what? Might as well put both of them. This one. We'll put all those together. We made it to halftime. I'm pretty sure still 1-0. Senegal in the lead. Okay. There we go. And now we're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Got it? Yes! Shots for you! Welcome, welcome! How are you today? We are here building Blastoise, seeing how far that takes us. Because this is our last bag for today. And then we're going to put him away and say hasta la vista, hasta la próxima semana. That's 1. You know, I'm pretty proud of myself because this one I feel like I've been getting through it a little bit faster than usual. The cup, I really got distracted with the cup. I think I had to move the screen to the back because I could hear when they say goal, but I'm not actively watching. Oh, that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. These are going to fill out the rest of the space with facing down. So let's see here. That's 1. This is 2. And 3. 4. Uh-oh. That one came off. That one was not ready. Me mintió. There we go. And 6. Good. Wow, look at that. We got waves. We made waves, you guys. We made waves. All right. And this is the last part of this. Yo. Insane. That was all of that bag. Makes me wonder. Can we do this one? I think we should just do 36. We're gonna make 36 the last one. Because I think after 36... Does it? No, we'll leave 36. I saw what it turns into and I'm like, no, it's okay. We're gonna be here for a while. It gets a little mechanical, you guys. Alright, so here we're gonna go... I have a lot of these extra pieces. It makes me feel that maybe perhaps I've messed up somewhere. Did I mess up somewhere? I think I might have messed up somewhere. Did I? I did! I got too excited. Alright, I was like, why do I have all these pieces left over? That's okay. Es solo una pieza que tenemos que agregar. 2. I just wanted to complicate this for myself, right? Like, that's why we're doing it right here. That piece right there, I don't know why that's like that. Let's see. That's because that one is supposed to have this one too. How in the world did I miss this? Okay, that's fine. We got it covered. I was like, why in the world? Why in the world are there so many extra pieces? Well, that's why. That is why. Ooh, okay, I see. There goes 1, 2. Hold on. I guess it could only be placed in a certain way. There we go. Yeah? It's starting to fall apart. That's facing the wrong way. I put it back, but I put it back the wrong way. Oh, goodness. Because it's supposed to be this top part. Here we go. Oh, goodness. Alright. Let's try this again. There goes 1. Let me make sure I'm facing them the right way. I would definitely do it the opposite. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Yo, look at that! We made some waves. I still have pieces missing, which I think I figured out where. How in the world did I just like decide that I was not gonna put these on? Yeah, that's what happened. I got overzealous and I was like, oh, ya mero terminamos. And I just decided to just go for it. There we go. Now I don't have any left over. That's funny. Alright, you guys. You guys are a wonderful crew. We have our base. Our base is done. I think I might have missed a notification from TikTok. So, TikTok's gone. That's all right. Um, so anyways, TikTok's gone. Okay, so far, this was bags number 28 through 35. So 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. That was a total of 8 bags that we did today. We did 8 bags, lost 2 nails. They gave me 2 good weeks of my life. So, I guess it was time. We answered some cool questions for Pokemon. And just overall, thank you. Thank you for joining me. I know that you guys could be anywhere else in the interwebs. You know, I always say that. But I would like to appreciate you guys whenever I can. So I do want to thank you for joining me today. We are in the middle of this build. This is my new build. If you joined me over the last few weeks, we were building um, the World Cup trophy. That was my big build. And now I have moved back to my Pokemon build. So we already did Venusaur. However, I kind of needed a break from this build. And that's why I went on to the World Cup one, aside from the whole fact that it was like World Cup season. Because in my mind, I was going to finish it the week before the Cup started, and I didn't get a chance to do that. I got distracted with life. So things happen, and so that didn't happen. Anyways, but now I'm back. This is precious little Venusaur that is still in my shelf, even though I know I have a fan of Venusaur that is bound to take it away from me at some point. But I love Pokemon, and this build, I was really lucky to get this build because I was actually not thinking of getting this one whatsoever because the price point was insane. And my husband got it for me. He would still manage to get the pre-order, but he got it for me as our anniversary gift. So I am actively leaving Charizard for last because I'm pretty sure that once Charizard gets built, he's gonna cash in. Hey, I got this for you. Which is okay. I am totally here for it. But anyways, as of right now, we're actually doing the Ivysaur builds, which I'm kind of curious to see how this is all gonna go because I actually don't see how it's gonna connect. Maybe it's this side because there's like a ledge there, so I think it's gonna be this side. Maybe, maybe not. His butt is big. Like he's even spreading and he's like in the way. So I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes. Overall, this is the whole build itself is I already forgot. 6,000? Yeah, the whole build itself is 6,838 pieces. I can't even fathom telling you how many pieces this part was because just the little leaves on the bottom, like that is probably 10 pieces each little plant. I could be underestimating actually, or overestimating, but you have one, two, three, four, five, six. Six, that's already 12 pieces because those are double locked. So each of these little plants is already like 12 pieces or so. It's insane. I love builds like this. It just does take me a while, so I'm hoping that we're gonna see how fast it takes me because Venusaur over here took me a total of 20, almost 20 hours. I did it in 4 sessions, and each session, give or take, was 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours with the little breaks in between. This one so far right now, we are getting to the base. I don't necessarily know exactly how many bags, like what bag is the last bag that you use for this one. um oh yes, I do. It's bag number 40. No, 49. Bag number 49. So we're kind of halfway there, I believe. I think so. And we are already at a 4 hour mark. So I feel like I'm kind of going through this one a little bit faster than I did Venusaur, but I think it's because I kind of understand how they did the base already. And if you have joined me before, you know that the moment that I do one piece, it's easier for me to do the other pieces. This one had a lot of repetitive moments rather than this base right here, which we're going to take Ivysaur off for a second. Like, in comparison, he's like falling apart right now. In comparison, this one had a lot of tiling, as you can see. And tiling usually, like, I love doing tiling, but it sometimes takes me a while because of trying to figure out if I'm putting it in the right spot or not. But I feel that I did take more time on the base than I'm about to take on this one. You know what? We're just going to show you the butt. I'm going to fix this. I have problems with his mouth. His mouth was, if I'm being honest, as far as review wise, when it comes to this build so far, poor Venusaur, because I feel like they wanted the mouth to move a little bit, but the pieces that are there are not hingeable to the point that you should move them. So the whole fact that I did that bit earlier, like, it was my fault. I'm sorry, Venusaur. I'm sorry. I put you through this. I apologize. Anyways, once again, thank you for joining me. I shall be back later this week. Tomorrow I will be live 2 times a day. You can find me in the morning and you can find me in the evening with Dreamlight Valley. I usually go in and take care of my daughter's profile. She's 6 years old, cannot really read, so therefore I actually opened up the Sunlit Plateau the other time too. So now we only have 2 biomes left to open up for her, and then we could actually start bringing some of those characters over. But sometimes she can't bring over her characters because she doesn't even know what she's supposed to do to bring them over because she cannot read. So therefore, I have a deal with her. I will do the story part for you while you do all the decorating you want to do, all the dressing up you want to do. I personally love it because I get to work on her valley and she gets to grow up in something that I helped her build in a way. I think it's so sweet. Anyways, if you want to see that, I should be going live around 11 a.m. Eastern time, and then once again 11 p.m. Eastern time as well, with Dreamlight Valley. So if you are a Dreamlight Valley fan, make sure to follow, subscribe, whatever it is in whichever zone you are in, and definitely turn on notifications because sometimes I'll just hop on randomly outside of my schedule, which is Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Other than that, like I said, thank you for joining me, and I shall see you mañana for sure. Maybe tonight. I don't know. It's always kind of like a half and half thing. But anyways, it always depends, cause yeah, it just does. But anyways, thank you for joining me, and I shall see you later. Bye. Adios. Give me one moment, you guys. YouTube, I'm going for you first, and then Twitch. We're gonna see who we raid. Let's see who's doing Lego today.